Do you talk to dead people?
Yes.
Tap into your intuition with medium Kim Russo.
The other side wants to be heard.
Plus, find out who reached out to me from the other side.
Woo!
Today on Mel.
I'm Mel Robbins, and I'm a life coach who's helped millions of people get the life they deserve. It's about small steps and big breakthroughs. I believe in you. And together,
Yes!
we got this.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Holy cow, do we have one hell of a show today, because today's show is about your sixth sense. There are messages that are trying to reach you, and you're tuning them out. Today, we're going to teach you how to tune into your intuition. My guest, Kim Russo, is an intuitive psychic medium and an author, and she's helped people worldwide tap into their intuition and help people find their soul's purpose.
As a psychic medium, I help people tune into their own innate intuition. I also help people bridge the gap between the physical three-dimensional reality and the other side, where their loved ones reside who have crossed over. When I'm reading someone, I read and translate energy into words. And a lot of the times I will hear my information as if it were my own thought. I will see my information as if I'm actually watching a movie. I can actually even feel my information as just a knowing. Everyone was born with intuition. And I teach people to quiet their mind and listen to the inner voice that is always trying to tell us the next step. I feel it's my mission to help people tap into their intuition because I've seen what it has done in my life. We were meant to access this information to help guide us through life.
All right, so Kim, I have to start out by asking you, can you explain what it is that you do? What is an intuitive psychic medium?
Okay, so an intuitive psychic medium is someone who can read energy that cannot be seen with the naked eye. So I can read energy of pretty much an object, a person, a living person, a deceased person, a pet. Everything has an energetic field, and it has a vibration that actually has a language connected to it. And I am fluent in that language.
What? So now, of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, read me. But hold on, before we go there, I want to just get the terms right. How do you define intuition?
Intuition is an inner knowing, an inner wisdom that transcends logic. It has no basis in logic. It's when you know something, but you have no reason to know it. It just sort of drops into your space, into your mind, like an outside thought that's coming from another place. But it really is coming from within you.
So when did you start to realize I'm reading energy, I'm seeing signs? I mean, do you talk to dead people?
Yes.
You do? Can you see them? Or
Yes.
do you just, you can see them?
Yes, I can.
Are there any in here?
Oh, well, each person here came with at least 5 deceased people. Whether or not you know it, they're with you. And when they know a medium is in the room, they especially tag along because they want to be heard. The other side wants to be heard.
How does the other side communicate with us?
Well, it's not a physical language, although sometimes audibly you can hear what seems to be your own voice. So if you have a thought, turn the stove off, or did I turn off the stove? Very often it seems like your own thought, but it can be a deceased loved one or perhaps a spirit guide that's also in the same realm, giving you the idea to make sure you check to see if you turned off the stove. So it comes as an external energy that just drops into our conscious mind. And a lot of the times we think they are our own thoughts.
Right.
Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. And I do want to teach people how to discern the difference.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for what's about to happen because I have no idea what's about to happen on this show today.
I know. And this really did start when I was a child at the age of 5.
This started when you were 5?
5.
Tell me about that.
I was crawling under the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, and curious as I am, still am, there was a safety pin on the floor. And I was wondering what would happen if I plugged this into the electrical outlet. And what happened was it shot me across the room. My whole right arm was charred. It was black. And there was no scars. There still to this day are no scars. But I do believe back then something opened up in my energy field that gave me a direct line with the other side.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how did you start to have the courage to talk about this?
I spoke about it when I was a child. My family did believe me. They were wonderful, and that made all the difference.
Okay.
I had a big sister who shared a bedroom with me, and she was my protector. That helped me. There were dead people at the foot of my bed every night going to sleep.
What I find fascinating is it doesn't sound like you were scared.
Oh, I was petrified.
Oh, you were?
Petrified. I slept with the covers over my head nightly. They would stare me down as I went to sleep. And they wouldn't move their lips. They wouldn't give me any hint of acknowledgement, of acceptance. So as a child, you look for an adult's approval by maybe a nod, a smile. There was nothing. They were stoic. And I was, as a child, you think you did something wrong. They're mad. They're angry. Why aren't they smiling? I now know they were depressed, and they probably needed my help for them to go to the better place.
So how did you learn that you could speak to people on the other side?
At this point, I went through my whole adolescence and my dating years just like a normal person. I didn't see them anymore. My oldest son was colic, and I was up all through the night, and I never saw a dead person. And I couldn't understand why, but I wasn't questioning it. After my third son was born, it's as if someone turned on a water faucet. Not only was I now seeing them, they had a voice. They came back with a vengeance. Not to hurt me, but to be their messenger.
Wow. What are the life lessons that you've learned from them?
Well, they very often tell me that life is nothing but a fleeting moment in time, and that we really need to not sweat the small stuff as we know it. I agree. Because in the bigger picture, there is so much more to life than just having stress, being depressed, paying the bills, and worrying. And everything about today is to teach people how to let go of the fear and the worry. That's not who we are. It's not why we're here.
So if there are 5 or 6 people from the other side that every one of us brought here.
At least.
At least. Are there people sitting here with more?
This audience is very crowded. It probably exceeds the limit of a violation, a fire violation. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Are these souls people that are waiting to pass to another dimension? Are they here to protect us? Like, why are they hanging around?
Well, you have souls that might not have been born to you yet. If you're hoping to procreate, they will hover around you if they're waiting to come into your life. You will have souls that have not entered yet. You'll have souls of your loved ones who did already cross over, that you loved very intimately and they loved you back. You'll have souls of ancestors that maybe you were given their name and they find it a real special treat to have you living in their name, in their honor. Godparents love to hang out around you. They take their oath of being a godparent so much more serious when they get to the other side. So they help guide us.
So when people come to you that are here on Earth, what do they typically come to you as a medium for help for?
People have come to me from all walks of life, every age, every occupation, with any type of insight that they're looking for, whether it be a blockage to finding their soul purpose or the love of their life, or they want some health information, or they want to know how I am a teacher of this, so they would like to know how they themselves can become more intuitive to hear either their loved ones or to tap into this unseen force of energy that very often helps our lives become much more functional and happy and just it ups the ante, really. It keeps us living our best life.
Well, you just said up the ante and happiness. And so that's what I want to do next. I want to up the ante. What messages are you getting from the other side about your happiness? Would you know what they are and who they're coming from? We're going to watch her read our audience when we come back.
Coming up.
Would you mind if I say something to you?
I'm getting a hot flash.
I can't even.
I mean, this is blowing my mind. I believe you have a vision for your life, and I want to help you get there. If you're dealing with the challenge too big to face alone, go to melrobbinshow.com, click Be a Guest, and let's figure it out together.
So what's a time when you didn't listen to your gut and you regretted it?
I shouldn't go out party with my friends, and then I still do it. I'm like, oh, the hangover's too bad. I should never do it again.
So anytime I deter from it, I'm always proving myself wrong.
When you ignore it, it's usually a mistake.
I feel like 75% of the time I trust it, and when I don't, it's always shoved in my face like you should have just listened to me.
Well, that was people on the streets of New York telling us whether or not they trust their intuition. I'm back with Kim Russo, author of The Happy Medium, Lessons from the Other Side, and she's the host of Celebrity Ghost Stories on A&E. So, Kim, before I turn you loose on this audience, I have never done this before.
Really?
I don't know what to expect.
Okay.
You have full reign.
Yeah.
Control room. Backstage, people hiding in the hallway. Everybody here. Everybody working on the show. And I want to give you an opportunity to read whatever you want to read, whatever you're called forward to.
Okay, so there's a few words you said there. None of this is up to me, just so everybody knows. I am just the faithful servant. I understand the language, and I get pulled where they tell me. And anybody, if I come up to you, any name I give you is just the other side's way of identifying that I am with the right person. And the name can be of a living person as well as a deceased. Even your pets come through. Be aware. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm being drawn. So there's two areas, this area and this area. I think I'm going to start here first. If I do give you the mic and I come to you, I will ask you to stand if that's okay. So you know I'm here with you in the middle, just so you know. I'm starting with you. Would you mind standing? Sure. Okay. I typically will encourage the people you came with to stand as well. Who did you come with? 2 people? Oh, the whole row. Yeah. The first name that I'm picking up, and you can filter it however you see fit. I don't need the feedback unless you want to say it. By the way, do you have a baby boy yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Do you know you're having a boy?
I don't know that's a boy.
Oh.
There's a baby in there, though.
There's a soul of a boy hovering around you. Now, I will say this. If you don't have a boy this time, look for the boy very quickly after this one. Quickly. Because they don't start to hover until not more than a year. They'll hover, and they want to come in. But there's a big influence of a male around you to come in. There's initial A around you, very strong. Do you want to validate that? I saw your eyes.
I lost 2 babies.
Okay. Did you already name one with the A? Mm-hmm. I don't feel this is the same name, but I feel it will be a version of the name. So does that make sense?
Yes.
That's what they're telling me. And I'm hearing it as they're